Hey Geminis, this is your January 2020 video. It's for your end of January 2020 video. There's a lot happening. We have the new moon on the 24th of January, and we also have a big square between the feminine and the masculine energies. So you want to know where in your chart this is going to happen, where in your life you can feel this square occurring. Venus, the feminine energy, all about love, relationships, beauty, what I value, will be coming to odds, butting heads with our Martian energy, our assertiveness, our fight, our passion, where I am the warrior, where I will not back down. Those are going to be coming up head to head and squaring off, and it's going to bring tension and frustration. You want to understand better where to expect this in what areas of your life so you can be prepared, okay? Because in this sort of energy, some relationships will end and some relationships will become stronger. So I'm going to get into that for you right here, right now. Venus is about beauty and peace and things being where she's willing to compromise because she wants everybody to be loved. Venus is about, let's do what you want to do. I'll do what you want to do. Even though I don't want to do it right now, we can do what I want to do next time. But because I want you with me, because I want to spend time together, I'll do what you want to do. That's Venus, okay? Venus in Pisces, right? She's not just in Pisces, she's in Pisces on top of Neptune. They're conjunct. So let's talk a little bit about the Neptune energy. Neptune is all about the other side, the non-tangible world. It's the spiritual realm. Neptune is about, this is where I go to escape, and this is how I do it. That's Neptune. Neptune is, we are all one. It is Christ consciousness. Neptune and Venus get along. They understand each other. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, because Venus is love. Neptune is divine love. We are all one, right? Neptune was more, hey, I love you, one-on-one. Like, this is my partner. This is my, I value you. I value our relationship. Venus is more of the tangible physical world, like a hug, right? That's Venus. She's touching you, right? Venus also rules our senses. She's very sensual. She likes things that taste good, that look good, that smell good, that feel good. That is Venus. But in Pisces, right, on top of Neptune, it becomes the exact opposite because it's the non-tangible realm. It is more about, how do I go from here and how do I get to there? Like, I don't want to be here right now. I don't want to be here in the physical. I need to escape here. How do I do that? So some people, because Piscean energy, Pisces is water. So alcohol is usually a big factor when it comes to this time. It's not just alcohol though. It can be whatever is your pleasure. Some people, it's what do I want to do to escape, okay? Some people can just pick up a book and read it and they escape into that story. It's a very creative energy too, don't get me wrong. Some people can start writing the book. Writers, they live those books. They live out those stories as they're writing them. They are the stories. They are the characters in those stories. So that's definitely an escape. But Venus wants to do things at this time that are more about pleasure. What gives me pleasure? But it's not pleasure seeking with a partner. It's more about solitude because I need to rejuvenate here, right? And I need this for me. It's more like she needs to go and take a bubble bath. Right? Now, is it possible Venus might want to share her bubble bath? It's possible. It is possible. However, at this time, we've got Mars who's over here in fiery Sagittarius. Mars right now is this heat-seeking missile. Mars is all about, I want to expand and I want to go. I want to shoot up vertically and I'm very fiery and I'm going to do it. But there's a sense of freedom attached to this because that's what Jupiter does. That's what, the ruler of Sag. Jupiter goes up there and it goes beyond our physical, tangible world so that we can explore more because that is what Jupiter is. It's the astronaut. It is the seeker, all right? So Jupiter with Mars attached, which gives it more fuel, Mars being the body, okay, because that's what Mars is. It represents our vehicle that we travel in here, in the 3D realm, the tangible world. Mars is how we get around. So it's like, I'm getting on the road and I'm going, right? So you need to know, where is Sagittarius in your chart? Because then you will understand where it is you're willing to go seek, where it is you want to go seek. And depending upon what house it's in, it might not be you going to do the seeking elsewhere. It might be a person in your life. Because remember, the energy that we hold within, we can also have it boomerang to us. So it can also be expressed towards us. It works both ways because it's the energy we're all under. It's the influence of that time. So knowing what area in your life this is going to happen in, and you can kind of at least have a heads up as to who to expect this from, because it's basically, it's Mars and Venus not getting along because they each want different things right now. It is the couple that decides we're going to take separate vacations this year. That's what this is. Now, am I saying everybody has to have it, that it's going to feel like that for everybody? Well, everyone's charts are different. And without looking at a specific chart, I can't make a complete, bold statement. But what I can tell you is these energies are about going our separate ways. One is going my separate way to explore, Mars, and I'm a seeker. And Venus is about going my separate way so that I can do something that is pleasurable for just me, something I like, right? Like Mars isn't in the mood to get in a bubble bath. No, he wants to go explore. Now, you're right, he could go deep sea diving and have a bubble bath that way, but he's in vertical Jupiter, right? He's not in Pluto. He's about going, it's about ascending. It's about vertical advancement, fiery vertical advancement. So for Gemini Ascendant, Gemini Rising, we need to figure out where the hell this is going on in your life so that we can better understand, okay, are we looking at a breakdown in a relationship? And if so, what relationship is that? Are we looking at a relationship that's going to be tested and that if it makes it through this, it's actually going to probably become a stronger relationship? Because it's Mars and Venus. It's feminine energy and masculine energy, okay? And them kind of, coming to like almost a fork in the road and taking their separate paths. Does that mean that it's about things being destroyed and just completely ending? It doesn't mean that. It is definitely like an experimental time. I will attach that word to it because we have a new moon on the 26th. Well, actually, the new moon's on the 24th. But what I'm going to do is attach a video below, Geminis. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch the video. It talks more in depth about this new moon. It is very much an experimental new moon because it's in Aquarius. It is the scientific Aquarius. It is the astrology Aquarius. Aquarian energy is my social groups, my networking. That's where we're having the new moon. You want to find out what area of your life it's happening in, you watch that video, it'll tell you. It also talks in detail about setting an intention and how to focus, what energies to use to focus on for that intention, because this is all about something new happening, something new coming to light, with new information coming in. So that gives us the experimental piece that's in this pot, right? And then we've got the seeker piece, and then we've got the I need to go be alone because I want to experience some pleasurable things, but I want to experience them alone, right? That's that Venus energy because she's under the influence of Neptune, and Neptune is all about connecting to the other side, connecting to source, right? It's prayer, it's meditation, it's lighting some sacred sage, it's starting, maybe chanting, right? It's all these things, whatever it is you do, whatever it is that resonates with you to help you become one with that which is not in the material, physical, tangible world. This, by the way, can be a great time for people connecting to source. For some folks, they have this happening in their 12th house. And that is a great time for people to connect in with dead loved ones, to connect in, to the higher realms and go even above and beyond that. But for Geminis, what we're going to talk about are the areas of your life that this all occurs in. So more specifically, you have Venus. Venus is literally going to be with Neptune in your 10th house. So the 10th house can represent your work, okay? The 10th house typically signifies, it's like our highest goal, some people say. Others talk about it like it's a place where you want to be recognized and acknowledged. some aspect of your life, you have Pisces there. So you kind of want to be acknowledged for someone who's sacrificed in some way, but on a large scale, because it's the 10th house. There's nothing small about the 10th house, right? It's got this Capricorn energy. So it's a place in your life, though, where you have to work, where it seems like you've been doing the same thing over and over to try to get that recognition, and it seems like it's never coming because, well, that's what the 10th house is. It's repetitive work at the same thing. It's a long road. There's no shortcuts. That is the 10th house. And so connecting to the other side, learning to meditate, artistic abilities. A lot of these things might seem hidden from you, might seem suppressed, like you just don't know how to do them. I've heard tons of people tell me, actually, I can't meditate. I've tried and I go right to sleep. Or I can't meditate it, like they have different reasons. And it's not, I get it. I get it. I see charts and I get it. I understand right away. It's like, okay, that explains it, So this is a time having Venus and Neptune there where it enables that ability to occur, because Venus has a stronger desire for that, okay? Neptune is very artsy. Neptune is more, it's theater, it's acting. Neptune is also, especially since we mix it in with Venus, Neptune and Venus together, like I said before, can be, how do I indulge in a way that I can escape, right? So it could be drugs, alcohol, right? Certain substances, whatever it is. So at this time, there might be things that Neptune and Venus together brings about to your awareness, where there may be things that, Neptune, wherever it is in your chart, usually there's something hidden there. Usually there's something in your subconscious in that area of your life. That's what Neptune does. It hides and veils things. So having Venus there then means we're probably going to be partaking in something. We didn't realize how much we liked it. That's what it'll do. It'll be like, oh my God, I really like this. I didn't know I liked this much. Like, it's aesthetically appeasing, right? It tastes great. It smells great. And it's kicking in this other thing that it feels great. So at this time, you may be becoming aware of something in that area that you just weren't aware of before. Now, why does all of that matter? Because the Mars energy that's going to square this, like exactly, they're at 15 degrees, 16 degrees, and they're both at that degree, and they're both squaring exactly. Sagittarius squares Piscean energy. So Mars wants to get off and do its own thing. Venus wants to get off and do her own thing. So in the beginning, I was saying this is a time where people say, you know what, let's take separate vacations this year. Because she has an idea of what she wants to do to escape and feel good. And this person, the masculine energy, I'll say, has an idea of how they want to explore. It's more of an adventure. They don't want to get in the bubble bath. They're more about, I'm physical. I need to be going and doing something. Where Venus in Pisces is the exact opposite of that right now. Venus in Pisces is like, no, I would rather be lying still, having my nails done, right? Being pampered. That's Venus in Pisces. So, knowing this right now helps you to see that when this time comes around, it's like, oh, I get it. That's this. It doesn't mean, it's about don't take things so personally. That's really what this is a heads up about. Now, for some relationships that are shaky, this could be not so great because for you, Gemini, okay? Because for you, the Mars energy is in your 7th house. You have Sagittarius right there, all right? And this is going to be Mars and Sagittarius at about 15, 16, 17 degrees, all right, is where the square happens. And in the 7th house, that's your committed one-on-one relationships. It is also business. So I need to make sure that you understand work relationships are part of this, okay? Because 7th house is business partnerships, right? Business is work. Work is business. 10th house is work. 10th house is business. You see how this could be a problem, not just in your personal life, but more specifically in your professional life. All right, so you want to be aware of this, going a separate route or oil and water and shit just not mixing and it feeling not right and you feeling like, oh God, I need to get away from this. This isn't working. That's not for me, right? So there might be times over the next, from the 24th to the end of the month where you're feeling this might not be the right job for me. I might feel like I don't know if I want to do this. It's a really good possibility because it's feeling like oil and water. However, this is going to change, right? This is temporary. This isn't a long transit. This isn't Saturn. This isn't Pluto. Okay, it's not Uranus. It's not even Jupiter, right? This is a short transit. It's Mars, okay, and it's Venus. Venus moves fast, and once February kicks in, at the beginning of February, really more like the week before Valentine's Day, it's going to be the exact opposite. Venus is going to go into fire, and she's going to be sending a nice, beautiful trine to Mars. So all of a sudden, that 7th house of yours is now going to be trining, right? Venus and Mars are like, oh yeah, let's get together. And they understand each other, and they're talking, and they're having fun together, right? They are compromising. Each are willing to compromise for the sake of being together. And that's not far away. So I hope this video helps Gemini, Gemini rising. Until next time, bye.